All right, let's go ahead and get things underway. Let me go ahead and get us all to where we need to be, which is right here. Hey, everyone. Spidey Librarian here, and I just watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, and non-spoiler here. I loved it. It was awesome. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it, maybe give a general kind of non-spoiler impressions before... Hold on. Apparently, I need to adjust my camera again. There we go. But give some impressions of the film. What I liked about it, what maybe didn't work as well as I had hoped, and just give an overall assessment of it. I'm gonna have a lot of positive things to say. But getting in there on the ground level, kind of like, because technically it drops tomorrow. Really, nowadays, these movies drop on Thursday nights now because that's just how it works. So we're going to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. So let me go ahead and just jump us on over to the Gaming on the Fly relay right here. And apparently, that's interesting. Oh, do I not have that up? That's weird. I thought I had that up. Okay, well, there we go. We're good now. So we're going to jump into the game here, and we're just going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man Brand New Day. To those of you that are here and want to say hi, please feel free to do so. I always appreciate people hanging out and chatting and talking and letting me know how they're doing. I hope you're having a wonderful evening and that your weekend is on good approach. So anyways, hey Megan, how you doing? Good to see you. I hope all is well. I hope how is your evening going? How are things? How is stuff? And how are things? This inquiring mind would always like to know. So, if I look a little bit warm, it's because I just got home. I don't turn on my air conditioner when I am out. So I'm only just now turning on the AC, and it has not had time to cool down. So I'm kind of sweating a little bit right now, but I don't mind. So it's all good. Just if I look a little sweatier than I normally do. So hopefully you can't see like that big of details about me. So, all right. Anyways, I'm gonna take a few minutes once we get underway, kind of get the goods on where I am and where I need to be game wise, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the movie. I got tickets as soon as I think the most recent trailer dropped when they announced ticket sales, and I had to struggle to get I couldn't get into the IMAX. Like that had already been snapped up by the time I thought to do it. And the so I ended up being I ended up going to a 4D showing, which, if you know what a 4D showing is, basically you are in these motion controlled chairs that move along with the action. There are also water sprays and stuff that they use to kind of give you that immersive feeling that you're actually in the movie. Some people don't like them. I think they're fine, although a couple of times during some of like the web slinging parts, I had to hold on because I was like, my body was trying not to flail because my body thought it was swinging through the sky. And apparently I am not as, how to put this. When I was younger, things like that didn't bother me. Nowadays I find that they do, and it's a little bit humbling because it sure as hell didn't used to be like that. But you know, them's the breaks. That's what happens to human bodies as they age. So, ooh, okay, all right. I am going to give some strength to my defense. There we go. Ooh, and I can still give some strength to my axe. There we go. And I always want more arrows. All right. Okay. All right, we're gonna move things along there, Phoenix. No offense intended. I just wanna start getting to do things. All right, no ambrosia, so it's gonna be a good few grabs before I get to do much of anything. Let me go ahead and just take a look at the map. I have gotten a lot of the treasures and freebies and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to up my stamina, so that basically translates into running more vaults, which we got like half a dozen vaults in this area at least that I still need to do. And then there's a timed quest here. I'm looking for like the super size me quests. That's not it. Okay, whoa. What do we got? What do we got here? There's a supersized object there. That is a growth. That's a relay. And then this is the other supersized. So we can work on these, and then we can come back and work on map stuff and vaults and get stuff over in the Grove here before we really start trying to stick it to Typhon. So what I think I'm gonna do to start is we're gonna fast travel over to here, over into Hephaestus's area. So your evening's pretty good, definitely tired. I'm doing well. Had a pretty decent day. Had some teens actually show up to my little film chatter discussion, and that went from what I usually expect to be like a 5 to 10 minute presentation and talk about like an interesting aspect of the media that we would have most recently consumed, which as of yesterday was Inspector Gadget. What is this? Oh. Should I go there? I don't know. We're definitely going to track that, though, because I definitely want to get those timed quests out of the way. We are not going into the Forge Lands. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Ooh, there's some horsies. Okay. So, but yeah, had some teens show up and actually, like, you know, participate in... Whoa, crap. Well, that's not something I want to deal with. I'm just trying to get away from this guy. Oh my god, there's all kinds of stuff here that I don't want to be fighting. Are you serious? Get over yourself. And because I'm technically in battle, it's not going to... There we go. You know what? Just because I want to be spiteful. Alright, I wasn't trying to start any shit, bro. I just happened to run into you on accident, but... Oh. Oh, hell no. Yeah, that's what you get. All right. Yeah, I do a teen movie every week, and I mean, at least one of my other coworkers does it's not a weekly movie, but she does like a fairly regular like movie feature. Like it's sort of like a like a module in her program lineup. And so, and occasionally, I even am the one that hosts that, because apparently she likes my taste in movies. So that's pretty cool. So you can say that, like, I have hosted not only a bunch of teen movies, which, again, yesterday we ended up watching Inspector Gadget, which I had never seen. It was okay. It definitely is not a quote-unquote good movie by any stretch of the imagination. But, I mean, like, as far as something that is trying to, like, you know, make a live-action version of the cartoon, it's all right. It's okay. Matthew Broderick is a decent Inspector Gadget for the vision that they turned out, which was not a very complex or even, like, even necessarily good version. It was just like, okay, we're adapting a really silly cartoon, so we're gonna be silly. And believe me, they succeeded on that front. So, but yeah, on Wednesdays I do a teen movie, and I usually try to follow a theme every month, kind of like I do on the channel. And this month we were doing, because basically we're at the end of the month. What was the theme? The theme was, oh, right. It was investigators in film. So, you know, so that's why, like, we ended up watching, Rush Hour. You guys will recall that I watched Rush Hour 3 on this channel, what was it? During, I think, Sequels Month? And, oh God, everything here wants to kill me. And it's powerful enough to do it, too. Like, I probably shouldn't be here. I'm just kind of running in and trying to grab the treasures that I want. This is because I go after those timed quests, guys. You guys, you leave me alone. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm about 300 meters away from the supersized element. But yeah, teen movies and then the film chatter discussions are kind of linked to the teen movies. What is that? Oh, it's a portal for, like, the Coins of Charon. Oh, this is part of one of the story quests. Should I do it? I mean, I'm here. I guess I may as well do it. Hold on. Let's grab some things. What are you? Oh God, I'm being tossed into a vault, it looks like. I was not expecting that. Okay. So just complete the vault, huh? Oh God, okay. I mean, I only had like 3 people show up, but that's like 3 more people than have typically showed up, so certainly not going to complain about that. What in the... Something has got me powered down. And why are my... I can't jump. I can't do anything right now. Whoa. Screw you. Oh, well, that's fine. What the hell is this? Okay. See, it just starts draining me. Do I have anything that prevents it? Okay, well, screw it. I'm not gonna do this, then. I want out of here. Nope. Nope. I'm not even interested, so... Okay. Alright, so yes, Spider-Man. Alright, okay. let's talk a little bit about Spider-Man Brand New Day. So as you guys know, I got tickets as soon as I could. The theater was packed. I was by myself with a bunch of people that I did not know because again, the theater was just, there was a lot of people in there. So, hold on. Okay. So anyways, there were a lot of people in the theater, and really, as far as the movie itself goes, oh my God. Now, you can always count on me to be in love with the latest Spider-Man movie. I mean, you know, look at my name. You know, I'm going to have positive things to say about it. What the hell is that? I'm going to take a second and do some farseeing. But with all that said, first of all, in moving into a fourth Tom Holland specific Spider-Man film, I mean, people are always going to have their favorite Spider-Man, and you can definitely have your preferences, but I don't think at this point there's really any arguing that Tom Holland, whether he wants to be or not, he has basically become the definitive on-screen version of Spider-Man. He essentially has become the Spider-Man who has not only the most movies now, but the most, like, probably the most screen time, you know? We have seen this Spider-Man's adventures the most. I feel like, despite what some people might say about the MCU version of Spider-Man being, you know, Iron Man Jr. or something, which I just find incredibly insulting, that you really can't deny that he is the one that at this point is just kind of the Spider-Man, you know? And so when you go into this movie, that's a lot of expectation. And so Tom Holland, while he may not necessarily do great in a lot of other movies, he definitely has Spider-Man down. He plays him with the same kind of level of charm, and really I feel like you know, a little bit more emotional complexity in this movie. And I do feel like this movie, and maybe this is just recency bias talking, but I feel like this movie is going to be this is going to be the definitive Tom Holland movie. Like, this is going to be the movie that's like, yeah, this is where we really get to see Spider-Man start to rock and roll as this incarnation, you know, not as an Avenger, not as an aspiring superhero, but as the Spider-Man that a lot of fans were so impatient, in my opinion, too impatient, to get the self-actualized, you know, mostly independent, like, kind of superhero who has got, you know, he's got this basically. And he does. He really does. This is a Spider-Man who, after the events of No Way Home, he was on his own for like 4 years basically. Like, there's a time skip of approximately 4 years between the events of No Way Home and this movie. So, you know, he and Ned and MJ were all applying to, they were all applying to MIT, and, you know, and in No Way Home. And so there has been an entire graduating class's worth of time between the end of that movie and the beginning of this one. And so there is definitely plenty that we that we see of his Spider-Man doing during the during the adjoining time, but there's also a whole lot that is going to necessarily be left off screen, and that is kind of hinted at in his development. And that makes sense for a movie like this. You know, this is definitely, you know, when you've got a whole lot of time that passes between movies. And, you know, I mean, we had Homecoming in 2017, we had Far From Home in 2019, and then we had No Way Home in 2021. So we only had 2 years between movies. You know, when you've got a longer period of time passing between movies, I mean, the actors are aging, and you know, you want to try to develop them as kind of maturely as possible, and kind of keep them within that time frame. And 4 years is definitely a bigger time skip than 2 years. So I like that they basically made the decision to just say, yeah, a lot of time has passed, and we're going to kind of incorporate that into the storyline. So that is well done. That is well handled. I think narratively, this is a story effectively about loneliness. Because again, Peter Parker has been alone and has been dealing with, should I go there? I mean, screw it. I'm here. Let's at least try it. This is a story about Peter being alone and having to deal with that, having to deal with the idea that he has to do everything by himself. And I mean, not just his superheroing, you know, he doesn't have, you know, like anyone like he did at the start of No Way Home. And so that is definitely a big factor here. And it factors into the narrative in a very significant way. So I think that, you know, there are scenes where, and there, you know, a lot of the things that I'm about to discuss, before anyone goes crying spoilers, these were things that were talked about and shown in the trailer. These are things that I have discussed on this channel, and so I'm basically just kind of rehashing them. But like, there are definitely a lot of scenes where you're seeing that Peter has kind of had to do his own thing and do it by himself for a very long time. You know, there was one scene in the trailer where I was like, somebody get this kid a friend, you know, where he's just like kind of hanging out by the washing machine, you know, just like washing his uniform by himself, and he's hunched over and he's got this key to the city, and like, it doesn't mean anything because he's just by himself doing laundry and, you know, just kind of trying to make do as best he can. And, you know, like, we get, you know, we get an idea of kind of how he's been doing and a little bit of what he's been doing during that time slot. And he may have, like, allies, like, on the police force and stuff. But he doesn't have any friends, you know. He's got one or two allies that are actually like, hey, you know, maybe you should, like, you know, get out there and touch grass and, you know, like, kind of experience the world and just, you know, without saying it, you know, like, hey, man, work on your mental health, basically. And, you know, it's something you would expect people to say, you know, if you have this ally and you're like, maybe, you know, maybe you should, like, go and see your friends or see your family. Why are you working so much with us here? You know, it's like, you're going to run yourself ragged. And I feel, oh God, is it another, like, flippin' thing that I have to do? Uh-huh. No, hold on. I'll start it. Yeah, it looks like the same one I did earlier. Has it got cold zones? It's got cold zones. I don't want to be here. All right, we're exiting. Okay. So yeah, the story is really well done. I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit. And it's interesting because in a lot of these Spider-Man movies, you have a fairly well-defined villain at some point in this, in the Spider-Man movies. You have the Green Goblin and Doc Ock in the Tobey Maguire movies, and you have like you have the Lizard in the first Andrew Garfield movie. You have I guess you have Electro in the second one. And in the Tom Holland movie, you had Vulture, you had Mysterio, and basically, I feel like in this movie they do a really good job of obscuring who the actual villain is in a way that feels fresh, and in a way where you're going, okay, who have we got to send him towards? Who have we got to make him punch? And you think at certain points, and then it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's not, I was wrong about that. And I feel like they do a really good job with that. You definitely have characters who interact with Spider-Man in ways where you're like, oh, well, this is fun. And then there are others where it's like, whoa, what are you doing? Don't you do that to my Tom Holland, And so, and really we get a lot of twists and turns along the way. And so you're going to go into this movie, and after a certain point, you're going to think what's going on, and you think you're going to know who the main antagonist is or what this is about. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, no, that's not the case at all. This is about something else entirely. And they do an exceptional job in keeping that fresh without it getting bogged down and frustrating and kind of annoying. It's like, okay, yeah, like there's a lot going on here. So I like that, and I definitely want to, I definitely don't want to kind of sell the story short. But we get, there are definitely threads that are picked up from No Way Home, and there are actually a lot of homages paid to the previous Spider-Man movies that come before it. And I don't want to say too much more than that, but if you're looking for them, you'll see them. And they are very rewarding. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So definitely enjoyed it. Definitely, I will say this, and I don't think this is a spoiler, okay? Because all I'm going to tell you is an emotion that I had, all right? I have been to every Spider-Man movie, like on opening day. I'm pretty sure I have been. And essentially, those movies are really good at making me feel some kind of way about things, okay? They're pretty good at eliciting emotions from me because, of course, I identify with this character. I love Peter Parker. I love Miles Morales, too, okay? I mean, you'll never convince me that he's not just as Spider-Man as Peter Parker is. But, so, when I watched No Way Home, there were a lot of really, really good parts. And I feel like No Way Home is almost an unfair movie to compare any other Spider-Man movie to, because by design, it does a lot of things that a lot of other Spider-Man movies couldn't do, and a lot of things a lot of other Spider-Man's movies will probably never get the chance to do. And so, when you take what I call gimmicks of No Way Home away, this movie really stands on its own while acknowledging everything that's come before it in a way that is definitely noteworthy and makes you feel for the characters. An occasional criticism that I hear about the Tom Holland movies is the MJ character. There are just some people that are like, yeah, I just never cared for her. if you cared at all for her, and even if you didn't care for her in the previous movies, I really feel like some of the strongest emotional scenes from this film have her in them. Okay. She is definitely in the movie. I mean, you know, there were some people that thought that Zendaya was not going to be in this movie, and I'm like, no, she's definitely going to be in the movie. And then, you know, everyone, of course, wants to know what's going to happen, and it's like, you don't really get to know that, you know, like you want to know what happens, go watch the movie, you know. But you know, with all that said, there is a lot of acknowledgement that of what's happened, and a lot of building on what's happened from No Way Home. And I definitely I definitely got involved with a lot of that. And again, it's a movie that really kind of takes you, it plays with your heart in a lot of ways. And I mean that in the best way possible. Because I understand that there are some people that will take that expression and go, "Oh no, like that's bad. You shouldn't do that." No. With storytelling, it's kind of their job to do that. If they're not tormenting the heroes and making you feel for them and care about them, then the storytellers aren't doing their job properly. And I feel like the storytellers in No Way Home did a fantastic job. I'm sorry, not in No Way Home, in Brand New Day. I mean, they did it in No Way Home too, in my opinion. But in Brand New Day, they did a really good job of just basically making you go, "Oh yeah, no, you're gonna care about these characters," and they were definitely successful on that end. And again, you know, MJ is a big part of that, and in this movie, you know, and again, it ties into the theme of Peter's loneliness and the idea that he is trying to do all of these things by himself and the effect that that is having on him. So while I am in flight, I'm going to take a quick look at the chat, see what you guys are saying. Hey, Wesley, how you doing? Good to see you. Spider-Man was good. Brand New Day was really good, and I think I assume as my nephew that you're going to go and see this movie soon because, you know, because your uncle is a big old Spider-Man nerd. But I assume that when you go to see it, probably this weekend, that you're going to enjoy it. I think you will. I definitely enjoyed it. And so that feeling that I'm going to tell you guys about, this movie got me close to crying several times. And the... No, I'm not going to say when it happens. There is a part that actually made me cry in this movie, and it was well done and well deserved, I think. And so I definitely you know, and for the record, they were tears of joy. Okay, I feel like it's not a spoiler to tell me that the movie made me feel so good that I cried at one point. You know, Superman did that as well. Last year's Superman movie, which in my opinion was fantastic. I know not everyone shares that opinion, but not everyone can be correct. So, but yeah, this movie definitely stirred some emotions and you know, made me it rekindled the reasons why I care about these characters and this iteration of Spider-Man in this cinematic universe. So what am I getting at? Oh, right. Okay, this is going to be a relay quest. At least I'm pretty sure it's going to be a relay quest. So, all right. So let's talk about a couple of the guest actors. First of all, you know, I've already mentioned Tom Holland, and I think I've already said that, like, as far as like his Spider-Man performances go. And really, I feel like that, I mean, you can say poor Tom Holland if you want to, but like I have not really ever seen him in anything else that I've been particularly impressed with. He does an amazing Spider-Man and Peter Parker, but like a lot of other things I've seen him in, I just haven't been that impressed with his acting abilities. And you know, like I'm not trying because he's my guy. He's my favorite Spider-Man, but like this is probably going to be the role that he is best known for, you know, like over the course of his acting career, because he does it really well. And he definitely brings the emotion here. He definitely makes you care for him. He's always had a very charming Peter Parker, and I feel like his Peter Parker Spider-Man is always going to be a winning one. But I feel like, again, you know, in terms of his entire career, this is probably going to be, you know, what he's known for. And, you know, again, I can't feel too sorry for him because dude gets to play Spider-Man, and he's also married to Zendaya, one of the most beautiful women in the world. So he's gonna be known as Spider-Man and Zendaya's husband. All right, he definitely earns that here. I feel like this is his movie, and he really kind of ups his game and brings an emotionally definitive performance to this character. So I think I think you're gonna like what you see from him in this movie. It's very multi-layered in places, and definitely conveys a lot with you know, a gesture or a look or just a little bit of time to do a thing. And it shows that he knows the character very well, and it also just reaffirms why audiences like him. So his performance, excellent. Okay. Then we've got Zendaya. All right. And again, if you don't like the MJ character, I don't understand you. I liked this iteration of her. The biggest crime she commits is that she is not Mary Jane Watson. She's Michelle Jones Watson. Okay, big deal. Zendaya brings her A game to the parts in this movie that she gets, and she's fairly prominently featured. Like, and again, there are just some scenes involving her that, of course, are gonna tug at your heartstrings. And then there are going to be some scenes where it's just like, this is why the character is good, at least in my opinion, you know. She does a fantastic job. She does a pretty good job of moving things along, both narratively and emotionally. And you're probably going to have questions about some of the things that happen with her character by the time the credits roll. But yeah, you know, that's how these movies work. You know, it's the MCU. Stuff gets interconnected. Things get set up, things get knocked down, things get paid off. And so, like, I definitely had some questions about, is that a thing that actually happened? Is this a decision we've actually made? And so it's going to be, I feel like this movie is going to have fans speculating and, you know, theory crafting and everything, and just trying to figure out why some people did some of the things they did the way that they did it. All right. So Tom Holland, great. Zendaya, great. Okay. I'm saving John Bernthal for last. All right. Let's talk about Mark Ruffalo. All right. So Mark Ruffalo shows up as both Bruce Banner and the Hulk. And you know, I don't really have too much to say about this, because a lot of what we see in his character is pretty much embodied in the trailer. There's going to be a few extra details and everything, but, you know, when you look at the trailer and you think, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? I mean, you can pretty much rest assured that a lot of the things that you think are going to happen are going to happen. And those sequences are great. those conversations are great. And, you know, Ruffalo basically does with Hulk what Tom Holland does with Spider-Man. He brings this kind of goofy charm to the character. And then, you know, when it comes time to drop the charm gets dropped. So, but yeah, you know, he brings the he brings the connection and everything. There's one other actor whose performance I want to comment on, but I feel like mentioning this actor is a big spoiler, so I'm not going to comment on that actor's performance, but I will want to talk about it at some point. Again, probably don't mention that actor, anyone. Try not to mention any of the actors that I haven't mentioned in the chat during this stream. I would appreciate it. And then we finally got actually, not finally John Bernthal. So I guess I'm not saving him for last. John Bernthal's Punisher. All right. Punisher has never been one of my favorite Marvel characters. On paper, I have never particularly cared for him. But with that said, this iteration of the Punisher, they did what they said they were going to do, which is they're going to bring the Punisher, who has been a very R-rated character thus far. They brought him to a movie that is not R-rated, and I feel like they made the right adjustments to the character. Like, this is still the Punisher. This is just not the, I don't want to say not the same Punisher. He is the same Punisher. But he is not doing a lot of the things that you would see him doing, say, in Daredevil, or any other similar series that you might see him in, like his own self-named series, which I've only seen 3 episodes of that, but that is that is rough in some places, you know. But they make adjustments, and they do a couple of things that are kind of like, you know, they make a couple of off-camera adjustments to the character, and I think they work for the most part. There may be 1 or 2 parts where you're like, okay, would Frank actually do this? Would he actually, you know, like, say that or do this? And you could make the argument that, like, okay, well, they're doing it because this is a PG-13 movie, and maybe, but I feel like a lot of people who would make that critique might not understand just how. I'm not going to say that the Punisher is he is a deeply entwined Spider-Man character, but the Punisher definitely has a special place in Spider-Man lore that I think you know can account for some of the decisions that might be made in this movie that people might not agree with, you know. And again, I don't want to get into the specifics because I feel like those are spoilers. But there are going to be some decisions made where you might be like, really? You know, did this actually happen? But you know, I feel like given the adjustments that they make for the character that do work, you know, you're kind of like, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll gloss this over a bit. Some people might not, and that's fine. But you know, Marvel did what Marvel did, and now they're sticking to it. You know, there are 1 or 2 parts where it's like, okay, that's a hilarious joke, but I don't know that Frank would have said or done that. So, and I'll let you guys, you know, wonder and speculate about what some of those things are until you see the movie. So, all right. Let me go ahead and check up on chat, and then I'll get to the last actor. So, let's see. Hold on, let me see what other people were
Feeling
saying.
a bit woozy?
Hey, IDK, how you doing?
Spaced out?
Wally fan,
Maybe
good to
you
see you
shouldn't have eaten
guys.
that discolored pomegranate
What
you
the
found.
heck?
I hate to break it to you, but you're dead. This is the underworld. This room. Forever. Just kidding. Ha! The fates intervened, and you were sent to my secret
Hermes, you're a
hideaway.
jerk.
But there should be something in there you'll find useful. Enjoy.
Okay, whatever. Okay, was not expecting that. Anyways. Let me see what else you guys were saying. All right, theater worker flipped out and started screaming incoherently at people. Crazy night. What? What, IDK, can you tell me a little bit about this? What do you mean by that? So, Wesley says that Spider-Man Remastered has been awesome so far. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's a great game. That game has a special place in my heart, you know. Let's see. Megan says that she's enjoyed Zendaya in the role, but hasn't seen this one yet, but thought she did great in the others. Yeah, no, I did too, but a lot of people just didn't care for her, and I don't understand those people, so. All right, so there's probably a way out of here that I'm gonna... What is this? Did it teleport me out? Okay, well, I was gonna explore it a little bit more, but sure, I guess. I don't know. All right, whatever. Okay. Let's see, what else? The guy that directed this is directing a live-action Naruto film for anyone who was into Naruto while growing up. Oh, okay. I'm not, so. Let's see. And Wesley is watching the whole Tom Holland saga this week, including Brand New Day. Nice. Watched Homecoming today. It was great. Good. Let's see. Probably waiting your entire life for a live-action depiction of classic Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't honestly think you'll get it. If you want a live-action one, that's not going to happen. They would be, in my opinion, they would be stupid to do that because it's basically already been done. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man he had so many elements from Ultimate Spider-Man in him that basically was it. So, you know, at least in my opinion. But I wouldn't hold my breath for it personally. But who knows? I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be. So, all right. Let's see what else. All right, and everyone's talking about their lives, and that is awesome and excellent and just fine. Okay, all right, so I think I've done... Oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on. I've done a lot of timed quests, so... Right before she goes splat, I engage the wings. All right, let's go over here real quick. Do a quick consult and get my Electrum, yes. There we go. Clipped wings? What is this? Oh, no, I'm not doing stupid relays. No way. No way. I'm not doing that. No. No way. Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about the real kind of wild card in this movie. Because unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that Sadie Sink is in this movie. All right? And if you don't know who Sadie Sink is, then you clearly have not watched Stranger Things. And if you have not watched Stranger Things, I completely advise that you do it. I love it. It's great. You might not share the same opinion, but you would be wrong. So, no. She is primarily well known from Stranger Things. And so she brings a fresh face and perspective to the Spider-Man MCU franchise here, and does a fantastic job of it, actually. And I don't really want to say too much about her character because, again, they left that blank. They made that a mystery, and they did it on purpose. So I feel like it would be a huge spoiler to tell you any plot details about her character. I will say that having watched Sadie Sink in Stranger Things and absolutely adoring her work as Max in that show, she brings her A game. You know, what can I say? She is fantastic as her character. But we get to see a lot of we get to see, I'm not going to say we get to see a lot of her. We definitely get to see her, and we don't see an insignificant amount of her in this film. But like she brings a lot of depth to the character that she plays. She does a really good job of working with Tom Holland to kind of drive the action of the movie. And I don't really feel like I can say too much more. I definitely enjoyed her presence, and I definitely think that when you see who she's playing, I think a lot of people are going to be excited. And I just don't have much more to say than that. She was fantastic. Everyone in this movie did a good job and was fantastic, you know. But touching back to the theme of loneliness that I feel like this movie talks about and portrays, I feel like one of the things that, like one aspect of that loneliness that we see is that in trying to do a lot of these, you know, a lot of superheroing by himself, Peter / Spider-Man, he makes some not great decisions. And, you know, sometimes those decisions, I feel like they come about in some of the allies that he chooses and some of the calls that he makes that he just might not have made if he had had someone, you know, watching his back and being like, yeah, I don't know, you should probably, you know, consider doing this or investing in the, oh, there we go. There are people over there guarding that treasure chest. Bastards. That's all right. I'll get them. You can't see me. Nah, 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 nah. I'm just going to run over there and beat their butts anyways, so. All right, let's see. Your grandma arrived today and the dogs went insane and you had to hold them back from attacking her? What? Is this my mom or is it someone else? Because if it's my mom, I didn't know she was visiting you. So, you like the whole show, but you have a deep hatred for season 5. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You've also watched Superman 2025 like 5 times. Yeah, no, it's good. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Wow, I took him out fast. Okay. Where did these other guys go? Hey, yo, dude. I wasn't done with you, bub. Now I'm done with you. Dude trying to frickin' leave the area before I'm done with him. What kind of enemy does that? A rude enemy. Okay. Okay, it's your dad's mom? Alright. Well, I hope she's okay, and I hope that the dogs didn't scare her too much, so. But yeah, that's definitely a thing that shows up and a thing that will affect, you know, affect some of the events of the film. So just keep that in mind. And again, I think everything that they do here has been done fairly well. Let me think. What else? What else about the movie? I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. There is, again, there's definitely one part. There are several parts that are going to tug at your heartstrings. Only one of them actually got me to cry. But I mean, I will say this movie did make me cry. So, and they were happy tears. I enjoyed them, and hopefully you will as well. If you guys want to ask me anything about the movie, again, please don't ask me for spoilers, but if you have any questions about the movie that I can answer, feel free to pose them, and I'll keep an eye out. In the meantime, I'm going to keep playing some Immortals Fenyx Rising. I guess we've been streaming for about an hour now. So, yeah, feel free to hit me up with any questions, anything... anything that's not too spoilery, and if it isn't, I'll try to answer it as best I can. Okay, I don't want to fight Achilles yet. I kind of want to go do this thing, but I also kind of want to build up my ground game and do some vaults and grab some ambrosia as well. So I think we're going to just go here and grab this ambrosia. And then we'll go for this vault, and this ambrosia, and this vault. And, that's just what we're going to do. So it's going to take me right past that Achilles Shades layer. All right.
Yeah.
That is the layer of the shade. I think I want to get a little stronger before I go after him. All right. Better go to sleep, I guess. It's like, he's not going to say any more about the movie. I guess I'll go. All right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by, Wesley. It's good to see you. I hope all is well. So. Right now, I'm just trying to get high up into the air so I can do another long flight. So, whoops. No. Get you get your ass back up there. One of the things I like about this game is I compare it a lot to The Legend of Zelda, like the Wind Waker, or not the Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But, because it's got, a gliding mechanic, but I feel like the gliding mechanic in this game is just so much better. Because you can, make yourself go faster and everything. I don't know. I just think that's really cool. But, that's just my opinion. What is that? Oh, it's a Cyclops. Ooh. Hey, buddy. How you doing? What up? Come on, throw a rock at me. It'll be fun. He doesn't see me. Here. I'll make sure you see me. Do you see me now? Yeah, I got your... He's backing up. Okay, I wanted to have some fun with him. I wanted to play with him, and he don't want to play. All right, Megan, you heading out? Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You have a good one. And I will, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow night, because I'm going to be watching Disney's Hercules for the very first time, which I'm really excited about. So, okay. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to be sneaky. See, I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna make my way over here. And we're gonna come up in this brush here. And here we go. Dang it. Sorry, I do that sometimes. There we go. Knocked him out.
I will make you perfect. You will suffer, but it will be worth it.
Okay, whenever Typhon throws a fit, I'm like, go ahead. Go ahead. Bring your stupid little allies. I don't care. Like these guys, huh? I'ma hurt these guys. Where you think you're going? That was funny. Thank you, thank you. I will take those. All right. Okay. Let's see. I might stream for another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I do have to get up and go to work tomorrow, but you know. You want to keep chucking rocks at me? Apparently you do. Alright. I'll play catch. Let's play catch. Oh man, he's just like, yep, I'm gonna pull him out and I'm gonna throw. Oh, look at you. You can't even throw. If it weren't for gravity, you wouldn't even be able to hit the ground. There we go. No trees to stifle you now, huh? I have way too much fun doing this. Oh, well, that wasn't the intention, but whatever. Okay, alright. I'm just like, you know what? This fight is boring me. I'm gonna leave. Alright. What are we doing here? Odysseus's prison. Okay. Alright, we got a treasure there. Okay. Alright, so there's just a treasure in the lightning bolt. Alright. We'll see what we can do. Let's see. There's the lightning bolt. Okay. Yep, this is what we're doing. Oh, haha, cute. Okay, you gotta watch where you guide this thing. Oh, come on. Okay, all right. Ah. What the hell? What is with that? Oh, God. Well, shite. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? And then those red zones. Damn it. Okay, alright. This is why it's Odysseus' prison, because we're doing the arrows. Come on. Okay. Whoa! You know what? Hold on. We're gonna let my endurance creep back up. There we go. This is really annoying. See, that's... Nope, 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 nope. Why? Oh my goodness. What was the point of that? Got it, you bastards. Okay, there's one more switch somewhere that I'm gonna have to find, apparently. Okay, we've done this. Okay, that's fine. I didn't mean to do that. You know what? Let's just... Oh! And it's like, no, don't do that. No! Stupid frickin' level. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let this go out for a bit, and now I'm gonna turn it around. Okay, I don't see anything over here. Okay, this one definitely is making me earn my keep in terms of, because you know there's got to be like some extra switch I've got to hit to deactivate that force field. And I just get this feeling it's like somewhere off to the side and that it's taunting me. Wait a minute, what's this? What is this? Okay, guess what we're about to do? We're about to light something on fire. I don't think I'm gonna need fire. Okay, but why did it take that long to burn away? What? Where did I... Damn you, I will solve this puzzle. There we go. There we go. We found it. Gimme treasure. The Brood of Typhon helmet. All right. And now we can get out of here. There we go. Another vault bites the dust. Another vault bites the dust. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. And another one. Okay, all right, I'm done. Nighty night, Typhon. Okay, let's see. There's ambrosia there. I don't know if we've done this navigation challenge. We might end up doing that too. But I'm gonna go for the ambrosia first because, well, it's easy. At least in theory. Okay, well, where is it? It's like, where's my ambrosia at? Okay, how did I miss that? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about it. And now it's... Oh, okay, well, that's a problem. Oh, I'll let you know I'm here. Oops. Dang it. Oh, buddy. That's what you get. Well, Bull, you're stupid. What? Oh, man, I gotta beat this guy up before I can, you know. Hey, Bully, where you going? Okay, well, this isn't working for me. You want to try that again? Oh boy! not stand between me and my ambrosia. Damn it. All right. Hi, Trouble. How you doing? How are you? All right, let's see. This navigation challenge might be the last thing we end up doing tonight, because it's nearby and hopefully doable, so... Okay. Where am I trying to get to? Alright, let's see. Whoa! Crap. Okay, not what I had planned. Sorry. Let's do this again. Trouble, you're in the way. Oh my god. Trouble, you little butt. Which, by the way, you got your butt in my face. Alright, here. I'm picking you up and I am snuggling you as punishment for getting in my way during a relay section. What?
This is Daedalus speaking. King Kokalos, my benefactor. You are angry. Listen, I pray, as I tell you my story. These puzzles will guide you to my workshop. By the time you reach me, may they guide you to understanding as well. I had no choice, my king.
Okay, so there we go. We got the navigation challenge done. There's the Hall of the Gods. I may just fast travel back to there. Okay, a couple of angry bears. Let me just take a look. I'm not able to see... Yes, I can see my active tasks. Okay. Defeat mythical monsters. Complete hard vaults of Tartaros, open guarded chests. Complete lyre myth challenges. Okay, we've done all those things. Not enough of them to get more credit for, but that's okay. Okay, it doesn't tell me anything about how difficult they are until I go into them. But I mean, when I go into them to win, so... I mean, I could probably get these, but these are probably part of Athena's area. So I'll work on the stuff that's in the grove. Alright, there's actually not too much of Aphrodite's land that's left to do, which is good. I'm going to go looking for some quests eventually, but I think for now, we're going to go ahead and just, what is this? Yes, very cool. I understand. We're going to go ahead and fast travel back to the Hall of Gods. And I think we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight. So anyways, guys, That was my very kind of scatterbrained review and reaction, non-spoiler, of course, to Spider-Man Brand New Day. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think that in many ways it is Tom Holland's emotionally definitive portrayal of Spider-Man. And I am looking forward to seeing, seeing more from this Spider-Man. So, let me see. I got 5. I guess I could upgrade some things. I don't really need that. Don't really need that. But I mean, I buy these and then I'm done. So I guess let's go ahead and do the yeah, it's because I haven't really leveled up the sword much. We will eventually. Okay, and I'll want to work on these. They're like, I think they're like 8 apiece, though. They're 10 apiece. They're 10 and 8 apiece. Okay, so we're going to need, like, let's see. 16, 32, 64, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We're going to need 160 more coins of Charon before we can do anything here. Let me just go ahead and get that done. There we go. Boom. Yes, yes, yes. You're yes, yes, yes. You're much stronger now. I hope you're proud. Do I need to brew any potions before I go? We're good. Let's go look over here real quick. I don't think there's anything. Oh, I mean, I could level up. I could level up my number of arrows. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to take some time. Let's see. We'll go ahead and upgrade that. Okay. And I think that's it. I don't think we can get any more stamina or health after this run. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do a manual save like I typically do. All right. And I think at this point, that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to go ahead and quit to the title screen. And we are good, so I'm going to go ahead and bring us back on over to... Actually, hold on. Before we do that, let me go here. Let me close the game. And actually, let's just go have a look at the trophies, because I don't remember. Let's see. I'm betting if I do more Aphrodite quests and unlock like her attributes and stuff, I'll get these. I'll get these hidden trophies. Let's see, logs and monsters, so I need to cut down large trees. Need to unfog the whole map. Reach the highest point on the island. Glide a total of 1,000 meters in one go. I probably need a lot of endurance for that. Tame an epic mount, which I did do. Solve a constellation. Tame all mounts, so I gotta find them all. Fully upgrade your health. Reach the final combo stage. Combo. Perform a 25-hit combo while in the air. That'll be a tough one. Defeat 10 enemies using traps inside the vaults of Tartaros. Acquire all Phoenix skins. What is this one? Defeat a Wraith. Ooh, okay, so I can go after the Achilles Wraith at some point. Acquire all wings. Defeat the mythical monster bosses. Complete 25 vaults of Tartaros. I know I'll get that one eventually. Fully upgrade everything at the Forge of Hephaestos. Equip new wings. Do I have new wings? I probably could have done that. Complete the God's Quest side line, or the God's side quest lines. Complete all 36 tasks from Hermes' Heroic Tasks board. Fully upgrade the potion tree. That'll take time. Fully upgrade the godly powers tree. Fully upgrade the skills. I'm actually almost done with that one. Fully upgrade one weapon to its final tier. Perform 10 stealth attacks. Fully upgrade stamina. Achieve hero status. I wonder what that is. Complete Phosphor's quest line. And then take a photo. Oh, we'll have to do that during my next time. All right, but in the meantime, there's not much else to do here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump us back over to here and say thank you to you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it very much. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.